Hello everyone, I'm the Tuna Whale, and I'm here with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We have people who can take intermediate exams, which is nice now. It's basically like certifications, but except instead of being just base classes, we can now do level 10 classes. I'm gonna, for Edelgard, this upcoming chapter, I'm gonna make her a brigand, even though there's a 63%, only a 63% chance of passing. I don't know, it doesn't really hurt. I recommend that you guys save scum this, because it's actually really helpful. Edelgard failed it. In addition, you can also see that Edelgard, that I wasted that.
How shameful.
And let's say I'm like, well, instead I want to make her a knight. I can't, because you can only do one certification per, time you're here at, Gareth Mock. Linhardt is going to be a monk because that makes him slightly better at casting magic. He passes. And then I'm also going to make Caspar a fighter because I want him to be better. I'm gonna buy more beginner seals is what I meant to say. How many more do I need to get? I need to get one. Yep, just one. Okay. I'm gonna buy one of those here at the item shop. Yep, beginner seal. I'm also gonna buy the remaining two intermediate seals because I believe the stock at the shops resets when the month begins again. So if I just buy the two there, they're gonna reset and I'm gonna have more because as you can see, most of the people in, most of our students are almost ready to take another exam. So, like, for example, we have Ferdinand here at level 9, Violet's level 8, we can see, like, a lot, Petra's level 9, in fact. There are a lot of students who we have that are pretty close to getting, the intermediate certifications. So it's nice to have a small stockpile of those. In addition, it helps us get through the whole fact that, like, the, passing is going to be relatively, good. Anyway, now that that's done, we're gonna go on our mission to the Magdred ambush.
No matter how powerful our enemies may be, there is no need to worry so long as we're with Catherine, the mighty wielder of Thunderbrand.
Thunderbrand?
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics. A long, long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes, which were passed down to their descendants. It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today. Our mission is to help clean up the aftermath, not to fight.
One must wonder why Lord Lonato would incite such a reckless rebellion.
It all goes back to the tragedy of Duscur.
I've heard of it.
I remember that day well. No one saw it coming. Roughly 4 years ago, the king of Faerghus was murdered by the people of Duscur. I believe that about sums it up, correct?
To put it simply, yes. But there's more to that story. They had accomplices within the kingdom as well. Lord Lonato's son, Kristoff, was one of them, and so he was handed over to the church for execution.
Why was the king targeted?
King Lambert was attempting a major political reform. Needless to say, he had many enemies. Whatever the truth behind that incident may be, Lord Lonato has harbored resentment toward the church ever since. Well, to be more specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Kristoff over to them.
Report! The enemy is approaching. They can't be avoided. Their numbers are far greater than we predicted. They used the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor. Everyone, prepare for battle!
I'm gonna replenish our battalions. As you can see here, we have thick fog, so we can't really see who's here. We can see roughly the terrain there, but again, we can't really see it too well. All we know is that there's some patches of forest here. In addition, we can see the Knights of Zeros are here. Now, here's everyone's favorite mechanic in Fire Emblem, reading units. Now, Catherine, we don't have to worry about. She can probably solo this map if she wants to. These two idiots, though, they might just run into combat and get themselves killed because they're fools. So we don't want that to happen. But because there's fog in this map, I'm going to buy the item shop. I'm going to buy some torches. because they help us see in the fog. I'm gonna put one on the people who are going to be seeing, going to be in the front line, so we can help follow up with our units who can support from the back, like Bernadetta, Hubert, people who have bows. I'm gonna have them in the back, and then I'm gonna have Ferdinand, Edelgard, and Violet all have torches. So that's gonna be my plan there. I think everything's all right. Weapon-wise, I don't think. I guess I'm gonna quickly check to see if I got anything really exotic. That's nice. I think I'm gonna put that steel lance on. Over. Never mind. Ferdinand already has one. Can Bernadetta use a steel lance? Actually, that's an interesting question. And a tempting prospect if she can. Nope, she can't. Okay. Well, I guess this is how we're gonna be doing things here. And I'm gonna put away this bullion. I'm also gonna put away this ambrosia, and then we will. I'm also gonna put on some spare battalions. We don't have any spare battalions. I'm gonna buy some battalions for the battalion guild, just because I want to put one onto Caspar, and maybe change the one that's on Hubert because never mind, he already has the good one. Yeah, I'm gonna put one on Caspar here. I'm gonna put on, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna put on Random Shot, and then onto Dorothea. I'm not really thinking too much because these are such ranked battalions, doesn't really matter too much. They will be changed, I guarantee you that. Onto Dorothea, I'll put on something that's at least neutral to her. I'm gonna just put on the Church of Zero soldiers. And then onto Petra, I'm going to put on, let's see here. Onto Petra, I'm going to put on, well actually, that might be a good time to update Violet's and Edelgard. I'm definitely going to upgrade Edelgard's
Is that the one?
battalion. What else is here? Ooh, Blaze is a really good battalion, so I'm going to probably buy one. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm going to go into barracks and then buy this for in the future, because in the future we'll be able to have units who will be riding horses, and because if they're riding a horse and they have a battalion that's just foot soldiers, they won't be able to catch up. Similarly, when we have units who can fly, they will need a battalion that can fly, because if you're flying over a river and you have foot soldiers following you, that isn't really going to be helping terribly much. Anyway, I'm going to put Edelgard's old battalion onto Petra, and that's probably going to be good enough. I don't think, well, I'm gonna switch out Smash for that. Yep, and that's gonna be alright, and we're gonna begin this battle. Nope, not quitting the battle, beginning. We're no cowards.
With this fog, it's impossible to tell where the enemy might be, or how many of them there are. The enemy could be trying to surround us, but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
That smell. It's fresh blood. It seems the battle has already started within the fog.
Proceed with caution. Wait for them to enter your field of view.
So here we have low visibility maps. And that text box basically tells us that if the Church of Zero soldiers here survive, we'll get a nice reward. Which is how they basically tell you, care about these units who are stupid and try to get themselves killed. I'm gonna use a torch here, so we can see the enemy. I don't really recommend you buy too many torches, because I believe there are only 2 Fog of War maps in the entirety of the game. You can see that they're just soldiers, like, they aren't gonna fold like paper, but also if they're an idiot, just run directly into the midst of combat. They're not gonna survive that. So yeah. But you don't have to worry about like babysitting them and making sure that they don't take any attacks, because they can take a good 2 or 3 before they fall. I'm gonna just advance here. Try to stay out of their danger range.
That's my cue.
And get ready for their attack, and then try to kill anyone who approaches us. Let's see here. We're gonna forward. That's fine. You can see again, they're not hitting terribly hard.
You think we're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
To be fair, he kind of started it. I mean, we're working with the Church of Zero, so we have a job to uphold, basically. Yeah. But you can see there, Catherine would, if she hit all 4 of her attacks, she would have dealt 120 damage, which is basically enough to murder anything in this game. Except, well, we'll get into the things it can't kill in relatively soon. Well, relatively soon depends on how soon. But anyway, now's not the time to talk about relativity because that's a big sciencey thing. Violet gets some experience, which is nice. I'm gonna move here. Give Ferdinand Iron Lance. Did I give him a torch? No, I didn't give him a. I thought I gave him a. Oh, I know what happened. His inventory's full, so I could give him a. Well, it's fine. 2 torches are probably gonna be more than enough. Again, don't go crazy just buying all the torches. But yeah, as you can see here, we have an interesting unit here. We have a Dark Mage. He's a Gaspard commander, and he's of the Rebel Army. Those who fly a banner of revolt against certain regions, the Church, or powerful lords. So we know who we're truly fighting here. Anyway, I'm gonna move our units forward a bit more. I'm gonna heal up this guy because you never know when they're gonna get themselves into a surprise amount of trouble.
Thanks.
And also get some experience for doing that. Now here's something to say. If let's say Catherine kills a guy, you won't get anything from him. You won't get any experience, obviously, because not Caspar. If Catherine, like, let's say, goes over here and murders this guy, even though she doesn't have the movement, let's say hypothetically she did, we wouldn't be getting any of the experience from it. Nor, let's say, if this guy dropped something, we wouldn't be able to get that because Catherine is part of our house. Anyway, let's move down here. I'm going to know. Edelgard's fine for taking a little bit of damage. I'm gonna have her keep the sword on her, and we're gonna see what the enemy's gonna do in response. That's fine. Ooh, even better, he dodges. We got the forward. Hit Edelgard. Edelgard's just gonna kill him back. Again, I know I shouldn't be really like leaning on Edelgard too much with my other units. Like she's stealing XP from them if you want to look at it that way. But I'm just trying to get through the annoying part of this chapter quickly so we can start getting to the fun bits. I'm gonna move. Who do I want to where? Oh, Caspar doesn't have a hand axe. Amazing. Okay, fantastic, wonderful. I'm just gonna curve chop this guy here. Even though, yeah, Petra will get retaliated with against. It's fine. She can take 5 damage. I still think I'm gonna maybe do something similar with Dorothea, or not Dorothea, Bernadette. I don't know why I keep confusing them, because I want, but anyway, I want Bernadette to get that personal skill, because plus 5 damage is really good. If you notice, with the steel bow, if she had her personal skill up, she would have just killed that guy. In addition, Bernadette is fast, so she will be able to double things off, and with plus 5 damage on each hit, it's really, really good. We're moving forward here, through the fog and through the forests. This guy's gonna attack Edelgard, that's fine. 10 plus 6, 16, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to heal up anyone here just yet. I'm gonna move Violet there just in case. Moving Hubert here just to... I don't want to Gambit him because Gambits are really helpful. And you want to kind of save them for when you need them. If you just waste them, then eventually... In certain maps, you'll get flooded with enemies, and because Gambits have a large range, it'll be useful to basically rattle them all so you don't have to worry about all the enemies approaching you at once. And also for taking a big chunk out of it.
Lord Lonato.
He uses Miasma. As you can see, this guy's a Dark Mage, which is a class to use Dark Magic. It's basically the exception to the rule that, like, if you remember, I was making a big deal about how Edelgard and Hubert could cast Dark Magic. Dark Mages can, but you get a very limited amount of them throughout the game, so be careful. Okay, that's fine. Bernadette's gonna get shot. Again, it's annoying how these guys have bow range +1 because you can't have it. Well, maybe at this point you could realistically, but oh my god. There we go. I wouldn't worry about Catherine's Thunderbrand breaking, but just because I want to take a fancy look at it, just look at that. 13 might, only 7 weight, 10 crit, and then also it lets her use a special skill, Vodrun Strike? You know how to pronounce it. Well, you might not, but anyway, you can see how good it is, basically allowing you to attack multiple times, giving you more might, more hit, effectiveness. It's just an amazing attack in general. That aside, I think I'm gonna try to kill this guy because, well, we'll see in like a few seconds why that's the thing that we want to do here.
It's dangerous.
Bernadette, you're fine. Tempest lands him, and let's see what happens with his fall. The fog is lifting as a result of Dark Mage being defeated. It seems the fog is being caused by magic.
Thunderstrike Cassandra. It was your wretched zealotry that killed my son!
The only name I answer to is Catherine. Prepare to taste the blade of one who serves the goddess. Now you face a knight of Theros!
The fog is cleared. There's nothing left to hide you or the filthy Central Church from the judgment of the goddess.
And now we can see what we're really up against. And we can see the boss here is Lord Lonato, who is a paladin. Now, paladin is a class we won't be getting into for, or we won't be able to have access to for a fair while. And so this guy's going to be relatively tough. Anyway, I'm going to move Ferdinand over here. He's going to be able to take a guy, or the guy's going to attack Hubert. That's perfectly fine. Hubert can easily murder him. And he'd be happy to. Caspar is going to move here and punch this bow guy. Yep, he's gonna, wow. Yeah, you can see here, gauntlets are good if you can double, because instead of just doing 2 attacks, you'll do 4, which is, like, especially nice if you have a high crit rate, because each of those attacks crit individually. And oftentimes, 1 crit's enough to basically be able to take them out, even if you're attacking it a little bit less might. From here, I think I'm gonna fully heal up Edelgard. I'm gonna be trying to use her less because she's already level 10 and I want to level up all these units to at least level 10. So I have more than 1 unit who's amazing. Anyway, this guy's gonna be approaching Caspar, that's fine. You know what? I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm going to trade with Caspar, not actually getting an item from him. I'm gonna switch the position of the Iron Axe and the Iron Gauntlet. So now he's using the Iron Axe. Why does that matter? Well, now he gets triangle advantage against this guy, which means he'll hit a little bit more often, and the guy's attack hit rate is a little bit lower. So that's nice. No, I don't really want to protect Hubert, because Hubert's fine. He can take 1 hit from a sword guy. I think it's hitting for 7 and Hubert's at full health, so he'll be fine. Caspar gets a bit of experience. Yep, you can see Hubert, it's more so the guy is in trouble for fighting Hubert, not Hubert in trouble for the guy fighting him. Ally phase, the knights are going to be rejoining us, which is very nice. And now I'm going to be moving I'm going to be moving Caspar here because Byleth's personal skill, if I'm going to show, because I'm going to show it off here, it multiplies Byleth's and adjacent units' experience by 1.2, like their experience gain. So if I have the guy, if I have Caspar kill this guy while using the Byleth, he's going to get more experience and thus level faster. Edelgard has a similar skill, but that only works for her, not for others.
Lord Lonato, please don't die.
It's really sad.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe Lord Lonato has the strength to carry on.
It's really sad to see all these soldiers willing to fight and die for their lord, because I mean, they're the ones they're loyal to, and he's the one who's done everything in his part to save them. But I suppose things have changed. Now we are gonna have to put him down for the good of everyone. I'm gonna be healing up Bernadetta here.
I needed that.
I'm confident that we will pilot here adjacent to Petra and then switch Petra's item with a iron sword. That's gonna happen. Also, in the end of this video, I might show off the support between Petra and Bernadetta that they said they might want to show. But again, that depends on how long this video is. If I can get this done in less than half an hour, I don't think the support's that long. I'll show it. But again, this video looks to be around, like, right now it seems to be 20
Lord
minutes.
Lonato doesn't deserve such sadness and anger. Now it's your turn to suffer.
More people telling us how much Lord Lonato means to them. Level 5 battalion, we get a little bit more bonuses. Again, put the battalions on the people who need them, but pay attention to the stats they give you, because sometimes that'll make all the difference that you need. We gotta move forward. Catherine's gonna take care of this guy. And yeah, you can see Catherine will have literally no problem against anyone in this map. She could probably solo this map by herself, but if she does that, we won't be getting any experience and we won't be getting any stronger. I'm gonna be using Wind here to try and level up Linhart's Reason. And then I'm gonna be having Petra finish off this guy with her sword. Nice dodge. Yeah, we're a bit over leveled for this, but again, it's something that's a bit out of my power because I decided to do a high level mission. Maybe you won't want to do that, but that's up to you. During your playthrough, you do what you want. Don't let others tell you how to play your game. Anyway, go ahead and get levels up. Please get magic. Okay. I can live with that. Again, some speed would be nice, but again, I just wanted a bit of magic. That was gonna get us a bit level. I'm gonna put Ferdinand here because I'm confident that he can take both of these guys at once. I also no at this point there's no support between Ferdinand and Hubert at this point, so that's fine. But I'm gonna be moving forward just so I can support Ferdinand and take him out if he needs our just so I can give the experience to the students who need it. Because you can see Ferdinand's level 9. He might hit level 10 at the end of this chapter. It depends on what I'm doing. Wow, Ferdinand's being really good. But again, I just want to get it to level 10 because at level 10, if you remember at the beginning of this episode, we get new certifications that open up to us, which is extremely nice. Knights are going to be catching up once again. I'm going to be moving Violet through here, then having everyone follow as well. Just trying to be a little bit ahead of the Knights so we can get to them before they steal our XP. And also, I don't want the two idiots with Catherine to go into combat and get themselves killed. Because I want that nice reward, because if I remember right, it's a nice reward that you get for helping not die. As one should get for helping someone not die. So I'm going to move everyone up their range here. This guy is an interesting class. He is an armored knight. So if you know these soldiers that we're fighting, he's basically like them, but instead of using a lance, he uses an axe. And he has a fair bit more defense, but in exchange he has low speed and low resistance, which if you remember what I said in the really long Garrick mock episode, it's a recipe for disaster when you go against magic units, because you won't be able to you'll take a lot of damage from their attacks, and because of the low speed, you'll get doubled by them, even though tomes are heavy. You know what, I'm going to move Ferdinand into this forest here. They have one of each weapon, so I'm going to have to keep the lance on him. I think he's at full health, so he benefits from his personal skill. Yes, he does. But I'm going to be ready to pounce on them once they take the bait. This guy here, I'm going to send... Yeah, I'm going to send Violet here just so I get him to get a level or 2. And then I'm going to have everyone move to the edge of the danger range, just so they can help rout the enemies that Ferdinand draws in. I think I'm gonna have... Yeah, I think I'm at the point where I don't really need to worry about conserving uses of healing magic, because... Yeah, I have 7 more uses. I'd be surprised if I went through all of them, because... Again, I'm like, you'll get to a point eventually where you don't really have to worry about, like, well, I only have a certain amount of uses of healing. But again, there are going to be certain maps that push you. Ooh! I should have paid attention to that guy having a gambit. And of course he hits with a 45. Now notice, even though Ferdinand didn't take damage from that, he still gets rattled by them. Also, you can notice that now that he's rattled, he's not going to be hitting that knight that hard, which is bad.
Let's do this right.
Second gambit. I believe this is another 1 by 2. Okay, at least Ferdinand avoids that, but... also, something interesting to note is that, let's say, the unit who you initially cast a gambit on avoids it, all other units will, may not avoid it as well. So that's something that you know. Ooh! I'm sorry, dude. You got wrecked. I was gonna say something more adulty, but again, I don't want. I want to keep it family friendly. Yeah, you can see there, Hubert just murdered that guy in cold blood. You can see here, Ferdinand's rattled. He can't move, which is pretty bad. I'm gonna move Petra here. She can shoot him with the bow, and then I think I'm gonna have Bernadetta finish him off, or her off, I think. Well, how much experience does Ferdinand have? Actually, I think I want to try to get Ferdinand up to 10 at the by the end of this chapter. So yeah, I'm just gonna have him get the kill here. Ooh, that's actually feasible if I have him kill one of these two. But I'd have to try to make sure that Catherine doesn't murder them before me, because she will do that. Trust me, she will murder people for you, even if you're like, I don't want you to. I want the XP for me. Please, Catherine, don't. And she'll be like, I'm done. What is it? Thunderbrand Catherine, whatever her name is. Whatever her title is. She'll be like, I do what I want, because I'm amazing. Anyway, we're going to be right here. The church is going to advance. I think I can get Ferdinand in there with a little help from my good friend, Bernadetta. Using Stride. You can see she got a little bit of experience, her battalion leveled up. But most importantly, now everyone has +5 movement, so they can easily get in and out of combat. But because we're here, I only want to get into combat. I'm gonna have Linhardt ship this girl here. Yeah. And then I'm gonna hope Ferdinand can kill her with a combat arc. Level up speed? No. Again, it doesn't really matter terribly much for Linhardt, because he's not supposed to be in combat in the first place. But at least unlike other Fire Emblem games, he can defend himself. There we go, level 10. So next time we can certify people and make them take exams, we're gonna do that, especially for a good friend, Ferdinand. What about that guy? I think I'm just gonna have Dorothea move in. Unfortunately, she didn't get the gambit, but that's fine. Wow, she can just kill this guy in one turn. Nice. She gets Thoron. Ooh, okay. So Thoron is really, really good. Well, not really, really good. It's just pretty good because it has a range of 1 to 3. So if you remember those jerk, I was gonna again say another cruel word, but if you remember those jerks who had bow range +1, and they basically were like, hey, 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 you can't shoot me back. Well, now we can. Except now we can also shoot, for example, a guy from 3 squares away, which helps her get around low movement. Oh, I'm gonna go over that because I think that he has other interesting things to say. But I'll have him say what he said next time that we fight him, which is going to be now. I don't really like this, but... Uh-oh. I don't think it says anything to Violet. I think if you have Ash, he'll say something to Ash, but yeah. Anyway, we'll finish off Lonato.
That vile woman. Kristoff, forgive me. You have been deceived by that witch. I will show you the truth.
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate. Well done, everyone. Let's gather our troops and go.
We did not suffer heavy losses, so we get a reward. Get a secret book, goddess icon. We're gonna put that in the convoy. Stage complete. Our MVP was Ferdinand, and his motivation is maxed. Next time on Fire Emblem 3 Houses, we'll see the results of our actions here during the Magdred ambush. See you guys then.